What's going on, everybody? It is Thursday night, which of course means it's time for the Toypixx Thursday night live stream where we're going to be discussing a few figures and then we'll see what happens because the chat always loves taking me down a rabbit hole. And if I'm honest, I always enjoy finding those crazy little fandom pockets that I end up getting sent down. One day, I might actually decide to explore them further. Oh, time. Anyway, hey, tell you what, if you're new here, if you're checking out Toypixx for the first time, leave a comment below, introduce yourself, tell me in the comments what your favorite action figure collections or, lines are, any of that. Just tell us a little bit about your figure habits and I'll respond. Let's have some fun in those comments. Anywho, it is time to check in on the chat. So let's do just that. I did not mean to do that. My bad on the rhyming. Nobody wants me rhyming. It's bad. Sci-fi, greetings and toytations, everyone. Greetings and toytations to you, sir. Good to have you here as always. Now, here comes the recap. Last night, Jeremy from Four Horsemen unveiled the 2025 Legions Con exclusives. The Warrior, the Revenant, the Nymph, and the Churel this November 8th and 9th. They're hoping to price it around $50 or so. I totally missed all that. Apparently, I've been busy. But hey, I've been busy having fun. So we're doing okay. I think I'm doing okay. Let's keep it rolling. They will come in two separate packages, but in order to make both Warrior and Revenant, you'll need to buy two. Same deal for Nymph and Churel. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. I feel like no. These four are the keepers of the crossroads and exist. They exist. I shouldn't dance either. No singing, no dancing, no rhyming, no any of that. They exist throughout the line. Get ready for spies and super soldiers to go up against Superman tomorrow. When the Thunderbolts comes out in theaters, it's a Marvel movie. There'll be 2 extra scenes at the end. You know what, Sci-Fi? Actually, just that part alone, thank you. Because I swear, once the lights dim after the movie's technically over, I'm on my phone looking to see how many end credit scenes there are. So that's a huge, huge tip there. So I appreciate that part specifically. And now let's keep it going, keeping it rolling. One scene will be their actual name that's supposedly somewhat controversial. Controversy. Oh boy. Speaking of Crossroads, you may want to check out Sinners for your vampire blues and 1940s vibes. Now, back to you, Dave. What do we have? What do we have? There's still going to be more. I can feel it. I knew it. I knew there'd be more. And our friendly neighborhood chat. Sci-Fi, thanks for the recap, man. Always appreciate it. Mr. Spencer, hola, sir. Thank you for stopping in. It's going to be good. We're just going to have some fun tonight. Star, hey, gang, sitting here checking out Sci-Fi's newsfeed and blowing my eardrums out to some classic loudness. Man, I miss the 80s. Yeah, the 80s were good times. All the craziness, everything we get today, it basically came from the 80s. Sup, fellow collectors, what's going on? Pixelated Poses, thank you for stopping in, much appreciated. Oh, we have Spaded One. I'm a medium-sized teapot of average height and build. Great googly moogly, I should know this. Somebody help me out, was that a quote? Because Spaded will throw that at me, just to be that guy. Let's see, my recent collecting habits have been almost exclusively Jada Toys' various offerings and Mafex Spider-Folk. Spaded One, my friend, you and I have very nearly identical collecting habits, I've got a feeling. I don't just go Spider-Folk when it comes to Mafex, but the Jada army grows, ladies and gents, in case you didn't see it. Tony the Tiger was acquired, and he is indeed... I'm not going to say it. You all know what I was going to say. Star Dave, have you seen Godzilla -1 yet? Not even a little. If not, then I strongly recommend seeing it in Japanese with English subtitles. You get the full performance from the actors while matching the dialogue. You know what? That is how I would watch it. I used to be the guy that hated reading my movies, but when I know that it comes from Japan, for instance, I will definitely watch it with the English subtitles. I think that made a world of difference when I was checking out the three original Gundam movies as well. So yeah, that would be my plan for it. I've also heard great things about Sinners, so sci-fi, I'll have to check that out, I think, as well. And Thunderbolts, I actually have tickets for this weekend. Insanity. Fortunately, I've heard good things. Good evening, Dave and fellas. Good evening, Toy Odyssey. Thank you for showing up, sir. Much appreciated. We're having fun. I don't know. Tonight's going to get nuts. It's going to get crazy. Maybe. I don't know. Dubbing loses the heart of the actor's performance, and these performances are too awesome for that. I get it. I get it. I'm in. The funny part is you're talking about these actual actor, the actors doing it and everything else. And I'm talking Gundam where it's not actual actors. It was just animated that well. All right, what have we? FYI, Sinners also had a post credit scene. Ooh, man, yeah, I might need to see that. We're not getting Blade, and I hear Sinners is a good vampire time. So game on. You, I know, Mr. Madsen. I do need to see Godzilla -1. There is indeed no doubt. This needs to happen. All right, Spaded, what do you have? Honest question. Is Thunderbolts just Marvel's Suicide Squad? It really looks like Suicide Squad to me. I don't know. I don't know. My assumption is we're going to lose a few characters in this, but I don't know who. So we'll see what's up. I mean, going up against who they're going up against. I mean, the Void? Yeah, we could lose a few heroes. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I wouldn't waste time on Thunderbolts. The tickets were bought for me, so I didn't waste money, but I will be wasting time. Let's see. What do we have? Oh, good times. Everybody saying hi to the people. I likes it. Go see Sinners if you're going to the theater. Working Man or Accountant 2. I want to see Accountant 2 badly. I just saw The Accountant last weekend or the weekend before. I thought it was great. And Bernthal is something other than the Punisher. I don't, a lot of people say that he was born for those kinds of roles. He wasn't necessarily that same guy in The Accountant, and I kind of liked it. It was a nice change of pace. Toy Odyssey just got my ultimate shredder today. Such an awesome update. That's the cartoon shredder, right? I want to get the 2-pack Mirage shredders, but that ultimate shredder with the baker's hat, he does look really rad. What is going on, Paul? Good to see you, sir. Woo. That chat's hopping. We're having good times now. I'm also all in on the recent Mofex John Wick stuff. Best guy in suit line around. You know what? It does look good. I've told you guys in the past before, if I could, if I win the lottery or become independently wealthy, I won't tell anybody, but there will be signs. For instance, every Mofex figure will be somewhere in the camera. Like everything. I'll have it all. I loves me the Mofex. All right. What do we have, John? I don't see Thunderbolts until next Thursday. No worries. We'll make sure and keep this a no spoilers zone for at least a week. I'm excited. I've heard decent things. But again, Thunderbolts, I want it to be good. I want Fantastic Four to be good. I need Superman to be good. Star, SDCC, could we see Jada Edge Runners Wave 3? Hiya Toys, Godzilla -1. 3-0 DLX Dark of the Moon Shockwave. Oh, the ultimate trifecta of glory. Someone hold me. You know what? I wonder, does Hiya Toys even present at SDCC? I mean, one thing that no, you know what? Their competition's SHF, and I don't know that they do. Help me out, guys. Has Haya or SHF presented at SDCC in the past? I'd like to know that. I do feel like, with it being a huge nerd thing, I would love it if that's where Haya Toys did do some revealing. And I think Godzilla Minus One is pretty necessary for what's going on there. The DLX Dark of the Moon Shockwave. Are they doing? No, I don't think so. I was gonna say, are they doing? Is 3.0 doing a smaller Shockwave? They're doing an MDLX G1 style Shockwave. I gotta think they'll do a Dark on the Moon Shockwave at some point. But who really knows? Now, Edge Runners Wave 3, hopefully, if Wave 2 is shipping near the end of this year, beginning of next, I'm hoping that we see a Wave 3. It just depends on how well Waves 1 and 2 are going to do, I guess. What's going on, Alex? Good to see you, man. Woohoo! All right. Yes, Dave, you pronounced Shirel correctly. Oh, sweet. Thank you, Sci-Fi. Appreciate it. Let's see. Sort of, but way worse. Oh, no. Have you seen Thunderbolts already, Mr. Manson? Clinkatron, what's up, man? Good to see ya. Let's see. That's impossible. Suicide Squad is terrible. I was not, I have to admit, I saw Suicide Squad once, didn't need to go back. Okay, this is going to make me sad. Mr. Manson, why? Spaded one. At least Waller has a decent character in those. There isn't one in Thunderbolts. The best characters are hardly in it. Ugh. Ugh. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that. RP, what's going on? I love that Mofex John Wick Chapter 4 212. I don't have it. I got it. Maybe I need a John Wick figure. What do you guys think? I saw a bunch of ROMs, Professor X and Banshee at Targets today. Nice. If anybody's after those, looks like they're showing up. And you're in Texas, Mr. Matson. Us in the Midwest, we're probably not going to see them until next year. But maybe not. I don't know. I actually saw a Sagat to the Target the other day, which blew my mind. I never see anything that early. I had to choose between Tony the Tiger and Sagat, and Tony won just because wacky character. Pixelated Poses. Finally got around to watching Edge Runners. That's a wild show. It is, isn't it? It's sweet though. Like it was a fun watch. Let's see. No thanks, Sagat or April O'Neil Mirage yet. Ooh, let's see. Or no Blanca, sorry. No Blanca, Sagat, or April O'Neil Mirage yet. You know what? At my Target, I haven't seen anything from Holothon. Like, no, nothing that's supposed to be a peg warmer, nothing. But yeah, I did see Sagat. Haven't seen Blanca. Blanca would have beat out Tony the Tiger. If he and Sagat and Tony had been there, I would have picked Blanca up. But yeah, I will have him. He is necessary. I feel that. I also need Superman to be good. No other hero represents positivity like Superman, and it looks like they're doing him justice. Crypto is the best boy. I need it. Oh, crossing our fingers, Spaded one. That's the one. And Crypto does look like he's pretty funny. I feel like Haya Toys is going to make some serious noise in the next few years. Did you? Okay, one of the figures we're going to talk about is their recently up for pre-order Apollo Creed. That thing looks ridiculous. I need Mofex to reissue John Wick Chapter 2. I wonder if there's enough demand. It seems, what are they? So I've seen reissues for a lot of the obviously the comic superheroes. And then I think they've even done some reissues for the movie superheroes. Have they done any reissues for like live action stuff outside of the superheroes? Can anyone help us out there? I'm not sure on that. Star, I was thinking about all my collecting buddies from the past that have passed away. It's the people you're tight with that make this trip special. It's you guys that keep me going in this hobby. Star, that's both sad and awesome at the same time. I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know people outside of you guys that really get into all this. So clearly, I haven't felt the sting of someone that I know really well passing away or anything throughout the hobby. But it is true that you guys make this a blast. So it is, when I say it's massively appreciated when we do these chats and y'all show up and hang out, it really is. It's not just because of the YouTube minutes and all that stuff. It's because you guys are just a blast to sit here and talk to. So I think from Star and from yours truly, I think we appreciate it, man. And I think the rest of you are pretty rad. You also, Star. It's good to have guys like you in the chat. All right, what have we? Ooh, extended edition of Suicide Squad is much better. Oh, I haven't seen that. Might have to check that out. Sci-fi, just a heads up for those that might be going through something. Thunderbolts deals with a lot of depression issues. How could it not? Man, the way the trailers have gone. Did I just say trailers? Hey guys, the way the trailers. Anyway, the way the trailers have gone. Yeah, it looks like there might be it might be a little bit more old school Marvel where they're not just throwing in joke after joke, which is going to be nice. I mean, it might be tonally, and I'm not saying it might be as good as this movie, but maybe tonally it'll be more like The Winter Soldier or Civil War. Dude, Devkit and Moffex John Wick, I suggest Chapter 3, way more hands, including alts with missing ring finger. Ooh, better accessories too. Man, yeah, I do love the John Wick movies. We'll have to check that. Darth Cannibal, what's up, man? Let's see, me Carnalazzo Dave. Greetings from Mexico. Let's see, we hope you and Fatalorians. You know what, guys? So everybody knows I'm gonna be on the Fat DeLoreans YouTube channel. I believe it is midnight Eastern Standard Time this coming. Well, I guess technically it's early Sunday morning, but for all intents and purposes, Saturday night at midnight, I'll be chatting with them about beginner photography. And I always have a blast on those guys' stream. They were the first people to have me over on one of their live streams. So it's always fun to go back and visit. One day, I'll even learn more than my high school Spanish, where I just learned how to write and not speak. So I might actually be able to have a real conversation with them some night. But they speak very good English, and you guys can get on there, hang out, check it out. It'll be fun. All right, what have we? Sci-fi. Didn't care for Suicide Squad, but love James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. You know what? I forget how it's just a little bit of name change on that kind of thing. I have to mess with that a little bit more. All right, let's get through a couple more and then we'll start looking at some of the stuff. And the all black suit can double as Bully McGuire body. Dude, I think that was you that posted those pics, wasn't it? Oh, I'm just sitting there. I was cracking up at the way he was totally posed out like Bully McGuire. John, let's see. My target has a grip of Star Wars, Black Series, and/or Range Trooper. Whoa. Okay. So we've got some stuff showing up. I wonder, I haven't been to Target. No, I was there today. So Target literally is, I mean, truly, guys, Target is next door to my office. Like, Target's in a mall, so I'm not technically in the mall. I'm actually the next building over. I just walk down a little hill and I walk into Target. So I've been going there when I need just a quick snack. I'll walk in and grab whatever. And today I actually didn't look at the toy aisle because I just thought, all right, got to move, got to get back to work. But I might do that tomorrow since everybody's finding things now. Spaded one. If they're going to do the Chapter 2 suit, then I want to see them redo it entirely. The new stuff is much better articulated, and the new heads are miles better. You know what's still blowing my mind, and I'll have to look at the Keanu heads, that Shuri head, or the Black, I think she's Black Panther. I think that's the figure. But, I always just think of her as Shuri because that's her name, I suppose. But that Shuri head is amazing. And if Mofex keeps going like that, ooh, they're going to be tough to beat. I mean, tough to beat. When the head department, I suppose, already they're tough to beat in every other department, except maybe accessory counts. Mesco's got them there. Dave, Mofex Michael Jordan with a red uniform has a reissue or had a reissue recently. I saw that. I need to get, most of the time, I don't need sports figures, but MJ was life growing up, man. I gotta get a Jordan. Spaded, from what I've seen, it's not really a hopeful movie. The early screenings haven't been good. Ag. Well, hopefully we'll be all right. What's going on, Thanos? Good to see you, man. All right. All right. I know I keep saying we'll get a couple more, but we'll get a couple more. Then we'll start looking at some stuff. Kind of excited for Tron Ares. Of course, never underestimate Disney's ability to completely ruin a great story. I know. I know. I hope they turn it around because they own too many IPs. That's why, like, if they turn it around and we're suddenly a really creative company again, I would be super excited for them to take on an IP like Transformers or G.I. Joe. Maybe have Hasbro say, hey, why don't you guys do these things properly? If they would do it properly, here's the problem. Right now, I don't think Disney can do it properly. So, yeah, if they ever turn it around again and they get creative again, I would love it if they add stuff. But right now, ooh, it hurts me that they have so many licenses that I like. All righty. It's good time. Oh, Skew's in the house. What's up, Skew? Good to see you, man. All right, let's get Clank, and then we'll go pull up some stuff. As much as I love Tron, it was always a weak story. I don't expect Ares to be much different. You know what? I have never seen a Tron movie, so I know first off you're all shocked, but secondly, I'll have to make that adjustment. Now, let's go. We won't talk about the Patreon thing right away, guys. I don't want to be that cold. So let's go here. I want to find. Wait a sec. Is that? Oh, never mind. Never mind. I got stoked for a minute and it wasn't the thing. All right. First off, let's look at Apollo Creed, ladies and gentlemen. This kind of figure is why I'm constantly saying, okay, guys, how's Haya doing? Like, have they released anything other than Rambo? Is because I keep seeing things like this, and this looks amazing. The Carl Weathers likeness is pretty good. Like, I wish I could get in. This computer's not, I don't know if it's Big Bad Toy Store or the computer's ability to not zoom in all that much. Maybe I should have opened it up in preview. Oh man, I didn't even notice. Like, I knew that their stuff was sweet. I didn't notice he came with part of the boxing ring. Like, there's the corner. That is amazing. Like, this is really cool. Man, if anybody needs this figure, Carl is looking awesome. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, this is why I wonder about Haya's stuff is how well does it move? How well does it do all the things? Because clearly it has plenty of accessories. I love the look. Yeah, I could just sit here and check out, like, look at that. Oh, and the hat head is its own thing. The hat head. I get that sometimes when I wear a ball cap, but that's its own swap out part. Stool, extra hands. Yeah, this dude's stacked. I wonder, I didn't even look at the price. Okay, 104.99 June. However, excludes tariff surcharge, and we don't know anything about the tariff surcharge yet. So currently, you'd be looking at 104.99 at least on BBTS plus tax plus $4 shipping, and then there's the tariff surcharge. So we'll have to see what happens there. But what's everybody thinking when it comes to Apollo here? I'm going to try and fly through here a little bit. That third party manipul John Wick is fire and worth checking out. I might have to do that, Skew. Thanks. Groovy me. What's up, man? I actually enjoyed both Suicide Squad films. Get out. I'm kidding. I don't remember either one very well, so I'll have to maybe check out some clips a little bit more. Whew. Oh, thank goodness. All right, what do we got? What? You went in and didn't go to the toy aisle? I know. It's not right, Mr. Matson. I feel incomplete. It's just not cool at all. All right, Star, what do you got? What do you got? Do you guys think that the tariff situation is going to put the brakes on expecting any figures to arrive soon? You know what? I had a Megatronus on pre-order from Big Bad Toy Store. He just shipped recently. I don't know. I mean, right now, I would say, who was it? Somebody was on here the other night. Oh man, or was it in a Twitter feed? I can't remember. Somebody was talking about how, oh no, it was in Twitter. There was one of the guys that comments on my stuff over there. He was talking about how what his plan is right now until the tariff situation gets resolved is going back and finding all the in stock stuff that he missed and just trying to complete his collections that way. And then moving forward as we find more out about the tariffs. So, I mean, Megatronus is coming. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I will say I really think it's going to come down to the US and the businesses over here are going to be irritated if the tariffs stay too high because they won't be able to make money. And China is going to be irritated if the tariffs stay too high because we won't be able to buy their stuff. So I think we're going to come to a reasonable solution. I just don't know how long that's going to be. And unfortunately, the people that are going to get hit in that are the smaller companies. So hopefully, a lot of them can still hang on. But I do see light at the end of the tunnel for this tariff thing because, as we all know, money rules the world. So, as much as we don't necessarily like that, things will get solved because of it. Mr. Manson, Disney is a corporate machine incapable of being creative anymore. I think you're probably right. I mean, they need to totally clean house, and I'm talking everyone from the top down needs to go. RP, what have we? I had to get the red uniform off X Jordan and the Olympic one. Michael Jordan is one of my sports heroes. RP, Michael Jordan was the man. Like when you take the Mount Rushmore of actual sports heroes, period, he's on it. Gretzky's on it. I When I was growing up, Joe Montana was my hero, bar none, right? But I think today you got to put Brady on it. I mean, Brady, I don't think most would argue that Brady trumped Joe Montana with the whole quarterback thing, even though Montana had a better record, but he only went to 4 Super Bowls and Brady went to 10. So I think you put Brady up there. Help me out, guys. Who's the fourth? Okay, we need a baseball player up there. Do we think Babe Ruth? What are we thinking? Do we think Mickey Mantle? Do we think Ted Williams? Who are we thinking? Oh, Charlie Hustle. Pete Rose should get on that Hall of Fame just as a spit in the face to the MLB. But then Ricky Henderson was always awesome. Anyway, come up with that fourth person on the Mount Rushmore of sports stars, preferably from baseball. All right. Mom Picks just yelled Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice was the greatest receiver of all time in the NFL, but I don't know. I feel like we need somebody from baseball. Hey, Skew, and yeah, I think I will. Let's see. I also picked up that Jordan reissue. Not even a basketball fan, but Jordan is about as 90s nostalgia as you can get. No argument whatsoever there. Okay, sold on the accessories. I was interested in them, but the accessories sell it. Yeah, Apollo's. Yeah, the good Mr. Weathers is looking awesome in there. Pixelated poses star tariffs are why we're not getting the tick from BBTS, if I recall. Wait, what? Wait, tell me. Wait, no more spoon? Because I didn't pre order. Is that not happening now? Because that'll make me sad. Yes, Air Jordan. Let's see, is Carl a release? I do remember Rocky figures back then. Let's see. I don't know that he's a reissue. It does say June on the BBTS site. Hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, it says June 20. Oh, wait, June 2026. So I would say he's new. I would say this is not a reissue. Okay, Star, what have we? What have we? Already a lot of talk and speculation about the upcoming sequel to Godzilla Minus One. If Takashi Yamazaki pulls off another hit without copying the first, to me, he will be the greatest filmmaker of all time. Ooh. Okay, I mean, obviously, I'm going to lean towards guys like Spielberg. Lucas, Lucas is up there, but I think Spielberg takes it for me. I clearly I have to see Godzilla Minus One. You guys are making it awfully hard for me to deny that, aren't you? Way to go, yeah, jerks. Skew, I'm hearing June maybe. Stock up on essentials, including action figures. We'll see about the figures, but that's the grocery slash good side. Heads up, or heads up mainly. Okay, okay. Thank you, Skew. June. Come on, guys. You know it's going to get settled. And I'm optimistic that it won't be as bad as we're all thinking right now, but we just need to get it done. Ouch, this sucks. What do we have? That Apollo Creed is an easy buy. Can't wait to have him next to my Drago. Drago? I have guys, don't hit me. I haven't seen any Rocky movies. it becomes a joke. Basically, at this point, you can name way more movies that I haven't seen than you can movies that I have. I was excited for Apollo, but a ring implies I get at least two more figures, Drago and Rocky. Ugh. Yeah, I didn't know when I mean, I knew Haya always loaded him up with accessories. I didn't know he was coming with a ring till we got to this picture. Haya teased Rocky with a black hat and leather jacket. That was terrible. I should never do Stallone. LBZ, what is up, sir? Good to see you. Yo, we'll have to catch the replay. Going to my kids' high school awards tonight. Ooh, high school awards night. I do want that new snail shell. Is that, which one was it? I found the bunny. Was the bunny snail shell? I'll have to, I mean, it makes sense that the bunny would be snail shell. We'll find her here in a little bit. Star, I was about to grab Apollo, but I'm not seeing any waist swivel or ab crunch. How can anyone be expected to box without that? That's fair, but he's covered. Let's see. Let me go back. Hold on, guys, before I keep going in the chat. Let's double check all this. Is there a diaphragm joint? See, it's hard to tell as far as the waist is concerned with the shorts like that, but it does look like, I wonder, I'm hoping there's a ball cut there. Anybody that has the Rambo figure, did they use a ball cut? I thought they did, but I'm not sure, because remember, there was a Goku that was recently shown off by SHF that only has a ball peg and he can lean way forward. So hopefully that's what happened here with Apollo, because you're right, I'm not seeing any kind of diaphragm joints up here at all. But if he's got a great ball cut or a ball peg, that's what's up. Like, if you can only have one kind of torso articulation, I would make it the ball peg. But you're not wrong. I'm not seeing anything either. And they didn't pose him, so he's turned at all. Here's probably the best look we're going to get. And yeah, it doesn't look like any kind of anything diaphragm. And yeah, I mean, we don't even see, it doesn't look turned at all. It's got to be, like, there's got to be something there. And even if it's a waist cut, under shorts, it might not be that bad. Sorry, I'm going back through and seeing if I can notice anything. But I couldn't. All right, let's get back to the chat here. Whew. Guys, keeping it hopping. Let's see, is that feedback on my end? I hope it's just on your end, Mr. Matson. I haven't seen anybody else bring it up. I hope the tariffs don't affect my mail order bride. You know what, sci-fi? That might be, yeah, I didn't think about that. Hopefully you get a refund. I was going to try and turn that into some kind of horrible joke, but that's a bad idea. The Apollo is one soft goods purchase away from being Chubbs Peterson. Oh, that's what we need. We need a Happy Gilmore line. And Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out. Come on, Jada. I know. We always go to Mofex or Jada. See, spot on with that Disney call. Yep. Disney got bad when they decided to buy Star Wars and then Marvel. They were great before that. Yep. See, man, Brady does not trump Montana at all. See, John, I think he does. And I grew up watching. So I grew up in California and Nevada. And so every Sunday I was watching the 49ers. And it was, Montana, Craig, Lott, Rice, all those guys. I loved watching them play. I've even got, for those of you who are on Patreon, who are some of the paying patrons on Patreon, I actually put up a video that's a bit of an office tour today that we'll post to YouTube tomorrow night at 7. And in there, I show a little bit of my 49ers 80s shrine or 80s 49ers shrine. So I love Montana, and his record can't be beat, I don't think. But just by sheer numbers, I think I give it to Brady. See, Bo Jackson is the fourth. Oh, that's a good call. I didn't even think of Bo, but no, Bo knows football and baseball. Ooh, and he knows Tecmo Bowl. Anybody that remembers playing as Bo Jackson, you could not tackle that dude. Like he was like Rathman, except fast. If you were Tom Rathman playing Tecmo Bowl, people just basically bounced off you. Bo Jackson, same thing, but then he got booking. Skew, Apollo Creed is amazing. I hope they do Mr. T too. Great basis for classified Mr. T custom. I have a huge roadblock custom sized. Let's see, Mr. T. Nice. Okay. Haya keeps in scale based on Rambo. Okay, this is gonna be fun. Like Haya might be one to watch. We're talking Jada and Mafex constantly on here. Haya might start doing something. Let's see. Agreed. Bo and D. Oh, why did I not think of Deion Sanders? I mean, Charles Woodson was sweet. It's almost impossible to come up with a fourth. There's so many good ones. Spaded one. According to 90s children's cartoon, Bo Jackson is the fourth person. You know, I forgot about that. There was a cartoon about that, wasn't there? But who was the third? I mean, it had to be Jordan and Gretzky and Bo. Who was the other one that was on that? Because I completely forgot about that. It's coming back to me that it existed, but I don't remember who the other player was. It's all subjective. I've been loving most Disney, Star Wars, and Marvel. That's fair. That's fair. And no shade against anybody that loves that stuff. I think what we're seeing just the general population isn't into that stuff as much as it was. I think most of the nerds are still trying to show up, the nerds like me. But I don't know that the general population cares as much. And so that I think is where Disney has faltered. They need to get the general population back into the theaters. And I think part of that, and this is totally armchair quarterbacking, I think part of that is saying things like, hey, that we're not going to put this on Disney Plus for 3 months or 6 months or whatever, just so people feel like they better go to the theater. Alex, I think the great Bambino, Babe Ruth, that's not a bad call either. And he's classic, man. Oh man, what about now I'm thinking the Royd era of baseball. Who would totally object to Sosa, Bonds, or McGuire? See, Joe Namath had his own popcorn popper. For baseball, Joe Robinson. Ooh. Oh man. Okay. Now we're having some fun. Anton, let's see. Last of the Time Lords is here. Good to see you, Anton. Glad you're feeling better, man. Let's see. Fax and let's see. Gretzky with Jordan. Wow. Rip. Wait, what? Hold on. Rip Dillon, aka Apollo, aka Grief Karga. Yeah, uncarded. It does make us all sad. I mean, Carl Weathers was pretty much the man, and he was in crazy shape for as old as he was, too. Like, that's something that's really impressive to me. That is really cool looking set. Yeah, it's awesome, Anton. I'm trying to decide. We're trying to figure out, do we go nuts with Apollo here or not? I mean, I'm thinking he looks amazing. I don't think we'll ever get a better Apollo Creed. Lynn Swan. Oh, Swanee. My personal favorite player extraordinaire from the 70s. Ooh, he was pretty sweet too. Oh man. Now I'm going back. I've got in my little bookcase at my office a bunch of the old, like a Super Bowl book that was maybe I think it came out in like the late 90s, and I can go back and look at all this crazy football history. Was it Franco Harris was the Immaculate Reception, right? Lynn Swan was just, dude, that's how he caught the ball. That guy was so good. Anton Uncarded, yep. Thanks for helping or saying hi to all the people, Paul. I appreciate it, man. Oh my gosh. You guys are keeping this going. All right, we're going to jump over here in just a minute. Skew, NECA did them, but these will be 1/12th instead of 1/10th. Rocky by Hyatt. I didn't know that NECA did Rocky figures. They do amazing work when they get into licensing. Like when they get into likenesses, it usually looks pretty good. It pains me to say this as a Giants fan, but Brady definitely deserves that fourth spot. You know what though? It probably pains Brady to hear that, or to hear that anybody's a Giants fan, just because that's the team that clearly had his number. I didn't like the Giants when Phil Simms was there because they stopped the 49ers from a potential three-peat. It was the first time I remember really being mad about sports. Roger Craig had the ball, and the 49ers were doing their last minute thing that they just did really well. And Roger Craig ended up getting hit and fumbled the ball, and it was game over. It was truly the first time I remember getting mad about sports. Stinking Giants. Skew one card. Yep. Ah, hola to the people. Man, you guys are awesome. All right, we're going to keep going here. We're going to try a couple more here, and then we'll jump to the next figure. Drago was the main antagonist in Rocky 4. Got it. And he was, oh man, I can't even think of the actor. I can picture the actor, Dolph Lundgren. I believe he was Drago, right? Let's see, I want Clubber Lang. Clubber Lang's Mr. T, correct? Man, look at me with my pretend knowledge. It is pretend. See, Star. I'll bet he'll be announced soon. That would be sweet. See, Star. Let's see. Ooh, he has inner articulation. Inner, as in like a rubber overlay, like something similar to what's going on with Storm Collectibles. Who is going to see this Thunderbolts this weekend? I am. I am as well, Anton. Crossing my fingers that it's a lot of fun. Well, maybe not fun, but that it's good. All right. His body is a soft overlay. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Toy Odyssey. And of course, free comic book day. When is that, Anton? Like 1,000 Toys Hellboy. Awesome. Okay. Okay. Now we're in it. Let's see. I guess I got to go grab Rambo. You have tickets for tomorrow. I have tickets for Saturday. I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping. Let's see. Haya does a better 1/12 scale. Whoo! Glad to hear that. I'll take him if he can move. Yep. Yeah, I didn't know that they had the soft overlays. Anton, well, as a movie critic, Rocky is a motion picture classic because it won Best Picture. Ah, but so did the piano. Now, that Best Picture doesn't really do much for me. I will say this: I believe Unforgiven won Best Picture as well. I love that movie, guys. If you've never seen Unforgiven, watch Unforgiven. How many more times can I say Unforgiven? A lot, because it was just that good. Anton, Rocky 2 is probably not that well known, and it's an okay movie. Rocky 3 with Mr. T just blows everybody away. Ooh, he pities the fool. Okay, let's get you guys are chatting and I'm digging it. Let's get out of Clubber Lane, Apollo Creed. Sorry, I was clearly on a Mr. T kick. And let's go to a beat up Iron Man. the battle damaged Infinity Saga DLX Iron Man Mark III from 3-0. And yeah, 3-0 is one of those companies that came out of nowhere and just crushed it with the MDLX Transformers, which I think are being overshadowed right now because of Yellow Park's model kits. But I gotta say, I love the take of the MDLX figures. I mean, I think Yellow Park stuff looks amazing. No shade against that company or anybody that digs them. They are definitely going with a G1 aesthetic, and I think they look wonderful. But I really like the little extra. I feel like the MDLX Transformers is how I wish they would have looked in the Bayformers movie or in the Bayformers movies. I just love the look of those things. Obviously subjective, and your mileage may vary. Iron Man here. Yeah, I don't have. Does anybody have a 3-0 Iron Man figure? Because I don't have them. I know they're taller than most figures that we'd have for our 112 scale, but man, it looks so cool. Like this is the line you get if you decide you just want to collect a bunch of Iron Men. You just collect the 3-0 DLX Iron Man figures because all the parts. I mean, I'm kind of with Star. I don't think 3-0 can do any wrong. It's just if you're willing to pay the price to get them. I have shown that I'm okay not having the 3-0 Mega Man figures because of what Jada's doing. But if Jada weren't doing that, I might consider plunking down some coin for the old 3-0 Mega Man figs. So let me know here what you guys are thinking about Iron Man. I'm going to try and fly through. Let's see. So there's a skin over top the skeleton. It sounds like it. Nice, nice, nice. That makes me happy. Really great. I must break you. I must break you. Drago. He's bad people. Rocky 5 is awful. And the last film, I think it was called Italian Stallion. Oh, no. See, Rambo's got us. Wait. Does he really? Rambo's got a sack on, but he definitely has some waist movement. Feels like a ball joint. Awesome. So does he have one of those? He must have one of those overlays, maybe then. Rocky 3 launched Mr. T. Ooh, did not know that. Let's see. Anton, the last film was called Rocky Balboa, I believe. Okay. John, don't want to belabor a sports point, but the era they played in matters, and Brady got a lot of leeway due to the way rules were called. Brady is great, easy Hall of Fame, but not the GOAT. I mean, there's facts there too, but then you also say you make the argument that maybe LeBron is or Kobe is better than Jordan because the era of athleticism has really stepped it up these days over the 90s. And I would still say Jordan's got him beat. I don't know, man. I don't know. I love Montana. Like, Montana's my guy. I grew up, this was the guy. But I just think, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to flip a coin. Fun fact, I have a coin flip app on my phone in case you're driving around and you can't flip a coin. You just push the button on the app. Good times. Spaded one. Pro Stars was 3 people: Jordan, Gretzky, and Jackson. Ah, okay, okay. I mean, that's a great group, especially for that time frame. RP, the Pro Stars cartoon. There were only 3 of them: Michael Jordan, Gretzky, and Bo Jackson. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it, RP. All right, what do we have now? Star, Trying to Fly. My sports heroes are all earlier: Lynn Swan, Franco Harris, Mean Joe Green, Earl Campbell, Terry Bradshaw, Walter Payton. How did I not think of Walter Payton? Oh my God. Dan Fouts, etc. I don't think I've ever even seen highlights with Dan Fouts. I mean, I know he was sweet, but I don't think I've ever seen any game footage of him playing. Payton was ridiculous. And how could I not think of Barry Sanders? Okay, I have long wondered how the Detroit Lions are even a professional football team. That comes with growing up when the 49ers were an amazing Super Bowl contender every year. But one player that made me just go, like, just stare in awe, probably, for my money, definitely the best running back of all time was Barry Sanders. Fight me in the comments. But if you guys go back and you watch Barry Sanders like highlight videos, it's ridiculous what he got away with. And I don't mean breaking the rules, I mean breaking tackles. It was crazy. Skew, that high Carl Weathers head with a Monster Force Tux agent, great action jacks. Oh, man. Skew, that's a great call. Oh, didn't they? So Monster Force, they're kind of doing a Carl Weathers head too, though, aren't they? It's been a while. I'm not sure. What's up, Ghost Tab? Good to see you, man. Let's see. I know about baseball as much as you know about anime. That's all right, Ghost Tab. No worries. But I totally get what you mean with that analogy. Oh, wee. All right. What do we have? What do we have? Yeah, any baseball player from Babe's era would work great because the baggy uniforms would translate well in 112 scale. You know what? We could go the Iron Horse. We could go Jackie Robinson. Oh, man. Billy. Oh, God, no. Willie Mays. I almost said Billy Mays. He's like the infomercial guy. But Willie Mays would be awesome. Man, baseball is just there's so many great players in the history of baseball and the history of all of it. It is absolutely ruthless how good these players are. Let's see. I want to see a 2000s Pro Stars remake with Allen Iverson, Randy Johnson, and John Daly. All right, Randy Johnson, awesome. Allen Iverson. Can you imagine just like these guys, the whole day would just be drinking and smack talking. Like John Daly would just show up with beer and it would be over. That would be an amazing, that's a podcast, Spaded One. We need this as either a podcast or a reality show. We need this to happen. That would be amazing. Was it Randy Johnson that threw the ball so fast it killed a bird? Like a bird flew in the path of it and it just got disintegrated? I'm thinking it was him, but it might have been Kurt Schilling. I think it was Randy Johnson, though. That dude was crazy. Star, bring on Iron Mike, Evander Holyfield, and the incomparable George Foreman. Man, they would need a totally new body type for a George Foreman. That would be amazing, though. Not that I was ever into sports. Let's see. What about a Nolan Ryan? Oh, how do I not think of Nolan Ryan? What was that? He was in, what was it? I'm thinking 6 or 7 something. Was it 6 or 7 World Series or no? I think it was, didn't he pitch 6 or 7 no hitters? Like Nolan Ryan was ridiculous. Oops, sorry, groovy me. I totally skipped that. I'd like Haya to do the mask and Ace Ventura. Man, I wonder how they do. Those would be really cool polls. Pixelate, according to legend, the Yankees win because the other team keeps staring at the pinstripes from Catch Me If You Can. I did not know that. I knew the legend for why the Red Sox never, or it took them forever to win a World Series is because they traded away Babe Ruth, but I didn't know about the other. Alex, Dave, I'm still recovering from my football team leaving to LA from San Diego. Oh, Alex, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I know a lot of football teams just running away, just you're constantly leaving. Like, didn't the Raiders? It's been a while, and honestly, I'm remembering back in a kind of a bygone era of football, but didn't the Raiders go to Vegas? I mean, it's been a while since I really sat down and paid a lot of attention to current pro football. So, yeah, it's heartbreaking when your team leaves. I know, like, the Cleveland Browns right now are a mess because what were they? The actual Cleveland Browns or the original Cleveland Browns are now the Baltimore Ravens. And then Cleveland wanted the Browns back. So the Browns ended up being an expansion team. It's just a mess how all that stuff works. See, need 2-pack of Adrian and Polly. Let's see, boost bottle accessory included. Oh no. Oh wait, Polly. Okay. We're going back to Rocky. Got ya. A rubber overlay. Awesome. That's good to hear. Anton, what do you have? Everybody seems to like me here. That's awesome. Does that mean I'm a king among nerds? Anton, everyone here is a king among nerds. Not that you're not special in your own way, but I think everybody that comes in here to chat is pretty awesome. You included, sir. So I honestly ask you, ironically, they started at 3/4 scale, yet are much better at 1/12. Man, they're GI Joes, they're turtles, or wait, no, I'm sorry, turtles are Joy Toy, but their GI Joes look amazing. Like they look better than Hasbro's classifieds, at least the ones that they're doing that have already been done as classified. Ghost Have Dark Knight didn't win an Oscar for being best movie of the universe, but it's still worth watching to see Maggie Gyllenhaal trying not to look like an old young person. That is not right. I can't believe I read that. Bad Dave. Bad Dave. Boy. Poor Maggie Gyllenhaal. Unforgiven was incredible. Yes. I could watch that movie probably once a week and never get tired of it. I love that film. Hackman was an amazing villain. He was so good. And the way that Eastwood did, it was like, was it said that it was sort of like a sequel to the spaghetti westerns, right? Like it wasn't technically, but it was kind of like if his character throughout the spaghetti westerns had grown up, had aged, had gotten married, and all that stuff, and was just gone and came back the way he did. I mean, it was incredible, and there's so many great lines in that movie. I absolutely love it. One of my favorite movies of all time. Star, I'd like to get all the Iron Man armors from the first film, as long as they do Ironmonger as well. We're waiting, 3-0. You know what? They've done so many Iron Mans and reissued so many Iron Mans, they've got to be building up to something, right? Maybe an Ironmonger's next. That'd be sweet. 3-0 is awesome, but their Marvel stuff is way too big, closer to 7 inches. Yeah, I know. I know. That's why I was talking about. Oh yeah, I mean they're technically, or they say it's 112, but it's like Storm Collectibles saying their stuff's 112. Is it the 3-0 Hulkbuster that fits a whole Iron Man? Was it? I think it was. Help us out, Star. I think it was though. John Barry Sanders like broke ankles and tackles. I know, man. He was ridiculous. Monster Force as the general. His head looked like older Carl Weathers. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. So you could get like major Carl Weathers with the Apollo Creed head, maybe. What do we have? Skew John. Even though he's an ally, Brady is part of or part owner of Raiders. Oh, I didn't know that. Tuck Rule, Deflategate, and Spygate. At least 3 asterisks. Joe Cool, no asterisks. 4-4. I give it to Joe, no asterisk. You know what? That's definitely an argument to be made. I wish sometimes, like, I wasn't a Patriots fan, but I went to the same university as Brady, and I was there when Brady was playing. And so he grew up watching Montana, like he was a West Coast kid too. I grew up watching Montana. He ended up playing a lot like Montana. So when I'm watching him at Michigan, there was another quarterback named Drew Henson who could just air that ball. He launched that thing, and the stands always loved him because everybody loves a big play in college. But I always thought Brady was the better quarterback. Henson went to play, I think, for the Yankees, actually. He was one of those guys that could play baseball as well. And he did okay, but he didn't have a crazy career or anything. And Brady went out and just did awesome. So I've always been a Brady fan from that perspective. I'm always like, yeah, hell, you guys liked Henson. I knew Brady was going to be the man, but I can't argue those points. And you're right, Joe doesn't have any asterisks. So, there are tough things to think about there. Maybe this is an argument more for the football historians. Yeah, it was Randy Johnson that killed the bird, that walked the bird. I like it, RP. Good call. The bird had to take first base in pieces, though. He probably put a couple feathers on it. Actually, he was hit so hard, a couple feathers probably landed on first base. Spaded one. Randy Johnson equals enemy to all birds. That was such a man. Can you imagine? Ooh, yeah. I got nothing. Ghost have. Hyatt could do an asterisk line with Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire, and the Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire, Tom Brady. Just throw them all in there. That would be hilarious. And you know what? Not one of them would want to sign their rights to that line. They'd be like, no. Cal Ripken, ooh, Reggie Jackson and Roger Clemens, Randy Johnson. Skew, those are all great calls. Of those, who would I go with? Oh, I don't know, man. The 80s kid in me wants to say Roger Clemens, but Randy Johnson was so good. Reggie Jackson was so good. Cal Ripken, oh man. Like growing up in Michigan, Alan Trammell and Lou Whitaker were kind of the big guys when it came to baseball, and Kirk Gibson as well for the Tigers. But none of those really had crazy Hall of Fame credentials. Cal Ripken, though, he kind of did. Oh, there's so many good ones. I did not expect this to go into sports talk, but I'm digging it. And it's become a feature of these live streams that we're going to go all over the place. I think it's half of why people show up, honestly. And I think that's why they stick around. They're like, okay, what kind of nuttiness are people going to get into tonight? They'll always be the Oakland Raiders to me. Oh, that's right. Because they were the LA Raiders. Then they were they started as Oakland, right? Then LA. Were they going to be LA? I don't even remember. I thought the Raiders were an LA team for a little bit because it was the Rams, and then the Rams went to St. Louis. Oh boy, it's Vegas Raiders now. That's what I thought. Thank you, Skew. Man, I gotta get back into my football. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? There was nothing left but a pile of feathers with that pitch from Randy. I know, man. That thing got obliterated. That was the final squawk. He didn't walk him, he squawked him. I shouldn't talk. I can see it. Daly shows up in a shirt that says "Chicks dig the long ball." I do, man. This needs to be a reality show now. That would be the greatest. Allen Iverson on the phone with his manager. You told me this was Hot Ones. Who are these old white dudes? Oh my God, this needs to happen. We need to, everybody get on the horn. The horn? Everybody start calling everybody you know that's close to those guys and say, guys, we have an idea. Check Haya out, Dave. 1/12. Won't be disappointed. I got to do it. I mean, it's going to have to happen. That would be funny. Just get all the Rocky figures. And then after I've got the good ones, like I can't watch a Rocky movie until I have the figures from that movie. I was buying Hot Toys Iron Man trying to build Hall of Armor, and they gave up after Endgame. I recommend building a Hall of Armor with caution. Yeah, that would be that would be pricey. Even with Marvel Legends, they made so many Iron Mans, and DLX line, they've made a ton of Iron Mans. It could be insane, but Hot Toys, Ghost have. I do not envy that at all. Been a while. I can't remember if 3-0 Hulkbuster fits an entire Iron Man fig or just a head and shoulders piece. I think it's the whole figure. Yeah, I don't remember either, but it was 3-0 that did. They at least gave that illusion of being able to do that. Toy Odyssey. The only MCU Iron Man armor I liked was the Mark 1 and Mark 3. Mark 1 was straight out of the cave. Was Mark 3 what he ended up with in Iron Man, or was that Iron Man 2? Clint Eastwood is one of my favorite top 5 actors of all time. I enjoy all his films, especially Heartbreak Ridge. Alex, I have not seen Heartbreak Ridge. I got to check that out. Because, yeah, I agree. Clint Eastwood is an awesome actor. Sci-fi before Barry Sanders. There was Billy Sims. That's true. That's true. I forget about Billy just because of how crazy Barry was. but you should never sleep on Billy. I'm a Baltimore guy, and I remember the streak. It helped save baseball, and I'm a fan. Nostalgia. Baseball was so fun. I know it's hard to watch, but man, you look at the history, and when you get to baseball is one of those games that's hard to watch until you get to the playoffs, and then suddenly all the coaches' hats get put on. And I'm talking the coaches themselves are like, okay, time to strategize. And then it becomes just amazing. But that's kind of how my head works. I love seeing kind of how they try and put the plan together and all that stuff. Skew, I respect Brady just more. A question with Brady over Montana. Brady won the titles, not Josh McDaniels. Confirmed. That's fair. That's fair. Let's see. What do we have? What do we have? My middle name is Oakland. My father chose that for the Raiders. Wow. See, that's cool. That's a cool story. Just hearing that part. Sports adjacent, but why are there no premium wrestling figures? Seems like there would be a market for Mezco World WWF era stuff. Oh man, I don't know. I don't talk about wrestling on here much. I'm just not really. Most of the figures seem to have waist cuts, except the ultra high end Mattel stuff. But I might need to start talking about those a little bit. All right, let's get two more. Then we'll go find that bunny. Raiders were in LA. I think they played in the old Coliseum. Got it. I'm trying to remember the Coliseum. Thank you, Pixelated. We have to see Oakland. It's Oakland, then, or Oakland, LA, Oakland, then Vegas. Okay, that's why my brain was all over the place because the Raiders were all over the place. That's when I started. Got it. Okay. Genuine fan. No. No compromise. That's all right. Sci-fi. Mr. T could do a masterclass in trash talk. His monologue to Adrian is untouchable. I'll have to see this. Skew Pixelated. When I started fanboying, haven't stopped. Ooh, did they change? I just looked at your name, Skew, and this isn't anything on you. Did they change the font on the names? Maybe not. Maybe that's just my brain going nuts. Yeah, I'd like to see some awesome premium WWE figures from different eras. SHF tried once. Once. All right. Hang on. Let's go back. We've had Iron Man on screen long enough. Let's go find a bunny, which I know sounds terrible. I think she might be a snail shell release. And I know we've talked about one. Let's see. Bunny Annalise. Yeah, here we go. All right. Now, you know that these cracked me up, but I also know now that you guys knew what was up and I clearly did not. Apparently, these are big things in Japan. And I couldn't get, by the way, so anybody that saw the thumbnail, I couldn't get that to post on X. And I'm wondering if it's because I used this picture. And they're like, whoa, we don't want you posting that up here. I got everything else to post on X, but I couldn't get this one to happen. But she was just mixed in with a lot of other figures. I love this shot. I love this shot. She's totally immersed in this world going on here. And that's the kind of stuff I love seeing. I need to get a lot more props for my photography because I want to be able to do more shots like this. And again, we all know we're just looking at figures that are photogenic, and she seems quite photogenic. Comes with all kinds of stuff, obviously, because why would we be checking out anything to do with these figures if they didn't come with all kinds of stuff? Just rad. I mean, I don't know. This one's not hitting me as funny as Bunny Girl Eileen or Milk Tea Girl or Greasa, who's the zombie girl. Like those three are like the trifecta of hilarious figures. This one's not hitting me quite like that, but she is hitting me close. Like this just cracks me up that these are a thing, I think. And again, I think it cracks me up more because there's no way that something like this gets sold in the US. All right, Ghost Av. Hot Toys also did Iron Man being inside the Hulkbuster. I believe both only on the bones and Mark 45. Oh, but only on the bones and Mark 45. That is insane. How big was that thing? I did not know. Like, I generally stay out of trying to learn about anything outside of 112 scale, not because I don't think it's cool, but because my brain would get plugged up. How tall was the Hot Toys Hulkbuster? That thing had to have been at least a foot and a half, yeah? Maybe two? Anton, the best place to watch sports documentaries is ESPN's 30 for 30. I have seen some 30 for 30s. That's fair for sure. But it's been a while. Like, it's been a while since I've seen a lot of sports stuff. I might need to go back and check some stuff. As much as Carl Weathers was in shape, Ernie Hudson is in his 70s and is in ridiculous health. I know, man. It's crazy how, I mean, like Ernie Hudson, is it his 70s? I was thinking he was in his 80s, sci-fi. I might be wrong, though. You're probably right. Either way, the fact that that dude carries himself as well as he does, as like, I mean, that's pretty up there. It's hard to believe somebody can maintain that kind of fitness for that long. It's really impressive. Like Ernie Hudson's got all the respect. He's the man. Star Eastwood's first appearance in film was a small support role in Revenge of the Creature. I was actually watching a Johnny Carson, one of those old clips where Clint Eastwood was on there. And who was it that I was really? Oh, Clint Eastwood and David Letterman. And I'm a Letterman fan from like when Letterman was just absolutely insane. Oddly enough, I dug that. And that was kind of during the insane time when he found out that he wasn't going to get the Tonight Show, but instead he was going to CBS and all that. And it was a hilarious interview. But what made me think of that is Johnny was bringing up a lot of those old classics that Clint was in. And Clint was just there like, oh man, I'm trying to forget these. Sorry, dead air. No good. Right? Imagine a doink loaded with accessories and hands, or a fully loaded Bret Hart with different jackets, pads, and glasses. Doink's a clown. Doink is a clown. I knew that. I knew that. I get. I feel like I just pulled off a Captain America. I understood that reference. But yes, I actually know one of those characters. I'm kind of excited right now. Sci-fi. Brady was one ring away from becoming the Mandarin. But then he lost one when he got the divorce. He had, let's see, because he got the 10 rings. He had 7. You know what? Oh, he would have had, I guess you do get, is it a trophy? You don't get a ring for winning the title, do you? For like the AFC title? I don't remember. Give him to all the weird power stuff from the WrestleMania arcade game. I never played the WrestleMania arcade game. All right, all right. This is something that we clearly need to do. I wonder if that's a line that Jada or Mafex would be interested in tackling. Figure Arts did some wrestling figures, but they didn't sell much. Maybe that's why you don't see premium wrestling figures. Somebody's got to, like the Mattel guys, though, they make them all the time. So there's got to be some kind of, like, somebody would get the higher priced ones, I would think. I don't know, though. I wish I knew the numbers. I'm constantly saying, man, I wish I knew the numbers on whatever. Maybe we'll get a Thunder Lips Hulk Hogan from Haya for their Rocky line. Whoa. That would be, I don't know. I did not know that Hulk Hogan went by such names. Watch Rocky 3, Dave, then A Team. I did watch the A Team, Skew. I dug the A Team very much. Oddly enough, the favorite was Murdoch on the A Team. I clearly have a type when it comes to my favorite characters. It's either the insane people or the grumpy old dudes. Like my favorite character in Transformers the movie, my favorite new character was Cup, because he was just this kind of grumpy old guy just telling stories. Like, this guy's awesome. And in fact, he was the first character, he was the first toy I got from the movie. Didn't Figure Arts only do Rock and Austin? I don't know. I didn't know. Truly, I had no idea they did any wrestling figures. Correct. Oh man. And the rocks, let's see, speaks Chinese, so it should have sold high in China. That's the thing, though. If I don't know that necessarily, like I'll go to a Japanese store and you can't find Chinese figures on there. So I wonder if maybe they have, I know they've had a kind of a tenuous history in the past. I wonder if they just don't sell much between the two of them. Spaded one, put a shirt on. She is not modest at all, is she? Star, her eyes half masked like that makes her look a bit stoned. You know what? Let's go back to, I want to go back to that cool picture. That one. You might not be wrong. She had, she was trying on a bunny outfit. And how else would you do that? Maybe drunk, but let's see. Milk Tea Girl awaits her army, Dave. Love this figure too. I do. I need to get just a ridiculous army and start it with somebody like Milk Tea Girl or Zombie Greasa, whatever. I see in the chat that would be a great idea in a team, and please include Amy. Help me out. Help me out, Anton. What do you mean? Who's Amy? Groovy Me, Spaded One, SHF made Undertaker, Kang, and Triple H too. I know Undertaker and Triple H. I don't know Kang. It sounds familiar. Maybe I've seen him. Like I'm thinking Sting though. Did he look a little bit like Sting did when he wore all the makeup? Or am I getting names wrong? Which I could very well be doing. She's wearing too many clothes for the man of culture. This is true. This is true, Ghost Tab. All right. What have we? I'm gonna have to look these up or look those up. Not a fan of the Figure Arts figs. My choice would be Mezco for the soft goods angle. Yeah, that would be all right. I mean, Jade is doing soft goods well, but if you need, I mean, with wrestling figures, I'd assume you need mics. You might need like a boom mic. You need maybe some parts of a wrestling ring. You need you need foldable chairs and tables. I mean, Mezco sounds right just based on accessories, honestly. Skew, your thumbnail is tamed by X standards, Dave. All kinds of craziness on there if they blocked it. Surprised. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it was just, I don't know if maybe my file somehow, when I saved it as the JPEG it was, I don't know if somehow it got corrupted. The thing is, it posted everywhere else. It was just having trouble on X. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that was it. I think maybe, I'm not sure. I can't even say that X was having trouble because at the time I also scheduled the picture that went up tonight and it went up without a problem. So I don't know what was going on. Anton, what have we? Bunnies are very lucky in Japan. Even in Sailor Moon, they talk about a rabbit on the moon. I guess this would be why they would do such things. And I think you guys have brought that up to me in the past too. It's just me. I just don't like the cutoff gloves. I'd rather see your pretty girl with really full gloves. Like, are you talking kind of up to the elbows? That kind of gloves, Anton? That's old school. We're talking like 20s. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Undertaker for the win. Spade one. All right. I remember Super 7 bottling their Andre the Giant really bad. They're bottling. I know that their Andre the Giant didn't look good. Like the face was really bad. See, yep, Cantankerous Legend Cup. Facts, you. That dude was my fave. Dave, this is awesome. From figs to sports and movies, and the folks in the chat, I enjoy it when your channel's up. Having a good time here. Alex, that's what we like to see, man. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying it too. You guys are always a blast to hang out with. Glad to have every one of you here. Star, Dave, just curious, but do you remember a wrestler by the name of Dick the Bruiser, a wrestling superstar from the 70s? He's the first one to really wow me in the ring. Dating myself here. Star, I don't. I think I've told you guys, but when I was really paying attention to wrestling, it's because my cousin was into it, right? And so we would go there around the holidays. And the main wrestlers that I remember, like others I know just they broke through pop culture, but the main ones I remember were Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior, and Macho Man. Like beyond that, and Miss Elizabeth. But beyond that, I really didn't know any of them so much. So I just, like, I went there, I'd see wrestling when I was there and kind of forget about it when I left. So I just never really got into it. So no, I do not remember Dick the Bruiser. But if he was the first one that you were wowed by, I'm sure he was pretty impressive. Well, if you really want to relive that time with David Letterman, you should watch that HBO movie called The Night Shift. It was the dirtiest fight in all of television. Anton, I thought about watching it, but what I'm talking about is like Letterman when he would do things like dress as Velcro or dress up in Velcro and run and stick himself to a wall. Just insane stuff that wasn't being seen. Throwing the watermelon from the roof of the Ed Sullivan Theater. Just some of that early stuff. Later on, he became more the guy behind the desk and everything, which no fault. The guy was hilarious. I'm good with it. But that early stuff was insane. Who watched Craig Ferguson after Letterman was on when he was on CBS? And I don't mean like when he quit. I mean, Craig Ferguson was the show, The Late Late Show, which was on after Letterman. That guy, he was just insane all around. So it was like he was the heir apparent to early Letterman and just cracked me up like mad. I wish he was still on the air because he really, I think, was the last of the great, hilarious late night talk show hosts. But yeah, that's more what I'm talking about. It's just the crazy insanity of his earlier career. I had the SHF. They did Triple H and Undertaker and Kane to Stone Cold and The Rock. Okay, so they were trying to do the big names. What do we have right now? What do we have? 8:22. Guys, let's go till about 8:40. And that's 18 more minutes. Keep firing off this if you want to talk any more figures or any more kinds of figure photography, since we haven't talked that. If anybody has any questions about that, fire it my way. And don't forget, I almost forgot. Hang on, let's get through here. Just feels like if a company can sell 100 plus $100 plus Dick Tracy figures, then surely they can sell $100 plus Ultimate Warrior. I don't think you're wrong. I just wonder. I wonder if Mattel's got such a strong license on it that nobody else even goes for it. I just don't know. All right, guys. I know, but I do want to show this real quick, just because if anybody is watching tonight for the first time, you can go to the Toypixx Patreon page and download 100 backgrounds for action figure photography, totally free. You don't even need to be a member. It's the pinned post, so it's the very top of the page. There's a link to it in the video description on on YouTube on this live stream. I will also pin this link in the comments below this live stream. So if you want to check it out, go download it. Like I said, absolutely free. The only thing I ask is if you dig it, if you find it useful, you send it out to 2 friends of yours. And that's pretty much it. Also, I was able, check this out, and I know I brought this up earlier, but I actually recorded a video that's honestly going to go up on YouTube tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm crazy stoked because, hey, I haven't put a regular video up on YouTube in forever. The reason I bring that up is it's on Patreon already for those in the paying tiers. But if you're not checking that, or if you're not in the paying tier, you'll be able to check it out on YouTube tomorrow night. So I wanted to make sure and get that in there before we let this go. All right, Mr. Martinez, and these female figs are awesome for background ACBA, especially if you're doing a strip club scene. You know what? You need to get, here's what they need. Okay, this is going to sound terrible, but with characters like what we just saw with that Annalise, somebody needs to make a Hugh Hefner. Let's just be straight up about it. He needs to come with a robe. He needs to come with a pipe. This is obviously a direct to consumer product, but we need a Hugh Hefner. John, I just got an old wrestling figure off eBay, Mattel. It's pretty good, not a ton of accessories, but soft good shirt and easy to take on and off belt. See, Mattel they seem to be the way when it comes to the wrestling figures. Hopefully, hopefully, like what Spaded One's saying, that would be kind of cool. I think that people would be stoked about it. I think there's a pretty clear Venn diagram between action figure collectors and wrestling fans. I just somehow missed the boat on that, but I I don't know. I tend to agree with Spaded One. I don't know why a company wouldn't do that unless, like I was saying earlier, Mattel has that license so locked down, no one else can even really try it. I went to Mattel for scale and amount of wrestlers. SHF, smaller, but awesome. Yeah, the scale of those figures from Mattel, I think, works really well for 112, doesn't it? And I know that SHF is generally a little smaller. 70s wrestling was hilarious. Boogie Woogie Man in the building. I have to look up Boogie Woogie Man simply because of the name. Never heard of that one, actually. But my assumption is he must come with a guitar. Anton, the A team, and please include Amy Allen. Got it, Anton. Got it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the A team would be awesome. And I'd want the original, although the movie I'd settle for. I'd be okay with the movie, but come on, man. That Murdoch and that BA from the series, those guys were key. And you can't throw down with George Papard and Face. I mean, it was a fun show. Let's be straight up about that. Skew, Rowdy Piper in They Live? Dave? No, no. I have heard of Roddy Piper, but I got nothing on They Live. I've told you, bad nerd, beyond bad nerd tonight. Anton, take the money. Facts. Yep. Craig Ferguson was the best. Yes. Oh my God. He was insane. I love, like, when I just need a stupid laugh, I will look up Craig Ferguson clips on YouTube. Skew Raider, yes. A John Nada from They Live from Haya would be awesome. Or a John Nada. Oh boy. Okay. Clearly, I have a lot of nerding to catch up on, don't I? John Anton, the night shift was quite good, surprisingly enjoyable. I'll need to check that out. I don't know much about Jay Leno's stand up career, but I know everybody was giving him a lot of crap for the way the Tonight Show went down. So I'd like to find out. I'd like to find out what's actually true. I always feel like I'm getting kind of half truths no matter what side I'm listening to, you know? Star, my roommate in art school went to high school with the Ultimate Warrior. Nice. Another sad story of out of control desire. Yeah, steroids are nothing but trouble and ruin lives. Man, who here? Okay, we're going to go down a totally different rabbit hole. Does anybody here? One of my other hobbies is trying to stay in shape and all that stuff, right? So I check out this channel called Renaissance Periodization, and the guy that is kind of the face of it is named Dr. Mike Israetel, and he has been on steroids, and he will straight up, I think he's still on low doses, but he was a bodybuilder. Like, he used a lot of them, and he's got a PhD. I mean, this is probably one of the smartest people you'll listen to about things like steroids, bodybuilding, all that stuff. But he talks about not so much like how it will ruin you. He talks about more the science behind how you could do it responsibly, how it has ruined you, and he'll talk about what it does to him mentally. Like, he'll talk about the fact that roid rage is real, things like that. It's really crazy. Like, I don't know much about it, but yeah, I mean, the way the Ultimate Warrior went down, that is sad. And yeah, I think straight up the wrestling guys probably just didn't do it right, you know? Anton, the gloves would have to be full, meaning that even the fingertips. Man, this would be this is insanity. I love it. Sci-fi Toypixx facts on Craig Ferguson and Arsenio. See, I thought Arsenio was pretty good too, But Ferguson was just insane. Groovy me. Craig Ferguson was lots of fun to watch. Plus, Dana De Lorenzo from Ash versus Evil Dead debuted in that late night talk show, I believe. She was the one. She was the one that was always supposedly in the back, like for the CBS censors, right? Like she'd always be the one that he'd look at and just give crap because he'd try and say something, and she'd always be like, "No, no, you're not allowed to say that. You can't say those things." Maybe chuckle. I think I'm remembering who you're talking about. What do we have, Anton? Craig Ferguson, really cool guy, massive Doctor Who fan like I am. Ooh, I wonder. I did not know that about Craig Ferguson. I know he's got a stand up special that I think went up fairly recently. I need to check that out. Sci fi also loved Conan O'Brien, Country Cuckoo, Clock Codpiece, Zulu Warriors. What? I don't remember that. But I think Conan's stuff depended on when he was doing the late shows. It always depended on me for who the guest was. Like for the guest, Norm Macdonald, hilarious. Bill Burr, hilarious. Like there were some of those guys that just every time they were on, no matter what, I would check them out. But I think where Conan's really shining is on his podcast now. I think he's straight up hilarious. And I think a lot of that hilarity didn't show, at least for me, when it came to the late night show. But his Team Coco, like podcasts and all that stuff, I think he's crushing it in that area. I love going down the comedy rabbit hole too. See, the Boogie Woogie Man, Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair, all hilarious. Man. Alex Skew, I'm here to chew some bubblegum and kick some. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. I mean, I don't have anything against words. I just enjoy keeping it family friendly. Skew, Scott Steiner is also hilarious, Dave, and a great person to meet. Rick, too. Why don't I know the name, but I don't know what they're from. Were they wrestlers as well? Sci-fi. If performance-enhancing drugs aren't allowed in sports, why is makeup allowed in beauty contests? You know what? I totally agree. Sci-fi. Why are things that fool us men when it comes to dating allowed in dating? We all know where I'm going. I think. Craig Ferguson is a friend of Peter Capaldi, the 12th Doctor. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I guess that would make sense. Why is a huge Doctor Who fan? A Whovian, if you will. That's right. I know terms. Okay, let's go see now what we've got. Oh, also tomorrow, guys, anybody that is a patron, is a paying patron, I suppose, not to sound like I'm all snobby about it or anything, but tomorrow I'm going to set up the contest so that people can vote on what was it, April's, what month are we in again? So that people can vote on April's winner when it comes to the photo contest. We have more entries this month than we've ever had before, so I'm really excited about that. So if you're on Patreon, look out for that. That's going to be fun to put up. I'm also tomorrow, I think I'm going to start recording an actual video again. I'm going to try sort of a new format with the Tony the Tiger figure. He is really fun. Like he's a blast. So anybody on the fence about the Tony the Tiger, I get him, but be careful. He is actually really top heavy. 2 days in a row, I've walked into my office and he has knocked down the Mega Man figures. So finally, I had to just lean him back against a shelf a little bit. Star, I miss Mean Gene Okerlund, wrestling anchor from the 80s. He was awesome. I think I remember Mean Gene, actually, Star. Now that the brain's going back a little bit. Dave, that's a movie quote from the movie They Live. Okay, Alex, thank you. Steiner Brothers went to Michigan, legendary tag team, epic skills. I did not know that. Thank you, Skew. Now I feel like I have to look them up. Skew, definitely awesome wrestlers. Man, oh man. All right, we went all over the place tonight. Let me go look here. Let me shut down the old. Hang on, hang on. Let me shut that down. Let's go over to BBTS. I want to see what else might catch our fancy while we fill another 5 minutes or so, just seeing what we see what kind of cool stuff might be out. Is anybody, I remember when the Turtles of Grayskull came out, I was really curious and I thought about getting them until I saw how many were exclusives. Oh, check this out. If anybody's after the Tila, let's see. Yeah, if anybody's after the Turtles of Grayskull Tila, she is 1784 on BBTS. But is anybody collecting these? I'm just curious. I know they're going to start doing the Thundercats and all that stuff too. And I just want to know, are people going nuts with all that? Ooh, or look at this. If you don't care about the packaging at all, this Tila is, I think it's the same one and it's multilingual and I think she's the same figure and it's cheaper. But I just wonder, like, I think that the looks of these are really cool. I love when people get to use their imaginations on figures, and obviously mashing these two lines together, that's definitely using their imagination. So just curious. It looks like a lot of people kind of aren't buying much. There's a lot of in-stock stuff here. Wow. I wonder how many of them sold out. Just curious. Let's head back here. Whoops. What do we have? Sci-fi. The alley fight scene in They Live is pure testosterone fuel. Oh boy, maybe I can just look up the alley fight scene because who knows if I'm actually able to watch They Live. Oh no, hold on. What did I do? Oh, okay, never mind. I missed stuff. Skew, use some blue poster tack with Tony Dave under feet. I thought about that. Actually, Mom Pix thought of that. I have the gray tack. So I mean, same deal. I might need to do that. The problem is the ankles are a little loose. So it's almost like the putty would have to go over his feet or maybe kind of hold the ankles in place. But he is also very top heavy. So he's top heavy with sort of loose ankles. That gets tricky. I might need to make some adjustments. Putty might need to go in places no tiger should have putty. Anton, that is awesome that he's a friend of the 12th Doctor. Ferguson's kind of, he's a friend. I could see him being a friend to anyone. Like, he just seems like a cool dude. If you want a Hugh Hefner just to throw a cloth robe over Stan Lee and put a pipe in his hand, don't forget, Tony mistook him for Hefner in Iron Man 2. It's a canon event. You know what? When I was saying we need a Hugh Hefner, I was thinking about that scene. that would be quality. And I do have Stan. I mean, that would be a good thing to set up. Put him with all the Bunny Girl figures. If you never noticed on his desk, there's a TARDIS. There is a TARDIS. I didn't even think about that. He's got the TARDIS. He's got a snake mug. His snake mug was hilarious too. So many jokes. Isn't Tony a tiger? Shouldn't he be on all fours anyway? Star, that's a valid point. Maybe I'm just standing him incorrectly. Kyrus, what's up, man? Hello, Toypixx. Hello, everyone. Kyrus, hopefully you can catch it on the replay. We're about to be done, but I appreciate you stopping in, man. Sci-fi, what have you. Ferguson and Capaldi, let's see, he has whatever he needs for the story. Depends on the writer. Ah. God, that just sounds like fun. You can't say that he's a blast, Dave. You have to say he's great. I know. I tried. I was trying not to do that, but I got ruined. It had to happen now. Yes, Dana De Lorenzo was the censorship on the Craig Ferguson show. I'm a big Evil Dead fan, so I love the show, and Dana was awesome in it as Kelly Maxwell. All right. Now I have to check things because those scenes were always hilarious too. Skew, great tackle work too. We both need kikis for Tony's ankles. Oh, okay. You know what? Why do I always forget about kikis? I got to do that. Good call, Skew. Thank you. Great. Sci-fi. Ferguson and Cabaldi are mates from back in their younger days. Ah, I wonder if they were into the same things back in their younger days. Ferguson is very clear about what he used to do, but it's just cool to see. It's cool to see how well he recovered, and how just hilarious the man is. Craig Ferguson is the man. All right, guys, it is 8:41. Ooh, I went a minute over what I thought I was going to. So, as always, thanks for stopping by and chatting. We knew it was going to go insane, and it did. And it's always a blast because of it. You know, you could have been anywhere, and you chose to spend this time hanging out here with all of us. So, thanks again. Massive appreciation to everybody. And until next time, have fun. Happy snapping.